Hi, welcome to my presentation on my senior project, Winter 2022. So I started by working with a company called the American Center for Civic Training. Now they are a political nonpartisan company who's working on educating community members and leaders on how to apply correct principles in a way that leads to the healing of America. A cool company, great message, great mission, and great directors. So I first had to work with them. They haven't launched yet. So they were working in this strategy of how to launch cohesively and consistently with the brand. So we started by doing some research. I met with the executive directors. We talked about what they were going for, what they wanted. Then we created a rough draft of 3 segments of a target audience. And this is really important because you don't just want to create content and throw it out into the world. You want to target the people who are interested in it. From there, I interviewed members of these audiences and I collected data on them and what they find interesting. And from there, I created documents. So let's talk about the documents that I made. I created a target audience document. Now, this is just a sampling of it, what you see on the screen, but the actual document is full of information on each of the audience members and what they like and dislike and how to reach them and things like that. And this will help future volunteers and partners to understand the audience well enough to create accurate content for them. The second thing I created was a content bank, and this is to help future content creators to create content that is actually interesting to the audience. So for example, while I was interviewing some of these audience members, one of them said, I'm interested in content that talks about how the school system and the government work together. Now, this is great to know. I put this in a content bank, and later on a rainy day, when they need to create some content, someone will pull that out and create content for this audience member. So that's helpful for future marketing efforts. Now, the third thing and most interesting thing that I made was a media kit. And this is created to help journalists and those who will be creating publications on the organization to have accurate and quick information to access. Now, we also added a style guide section to this media kit because we wanted to provide clear expectations for future organizations that will brand with us and partner with us. We wanted them to know what we expected from them. So I added that into the media kit as well. Overall, some key lessons and takeaways I got from this project was to listen very carefully. I learned that it's easy to just create things that you find interesting, but it's more important to listen to the audience and to the directors and people you're working with. Come ready for feedback and changes is another thing that I learned. Your project will evolve over time, and that's okay. The third thing is to do the research. That really matters, to do the research. And the fourth is to be creative and use your strengths. I had a great project. I loved what I did, and I loved learning new things and taking old skills and applying them. I really appreciate the people that put in effort to helping me create this project and make it what I wanted it to be. So overall, great experience, and I'm excited for the future.